Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this exciting event. First of all, I'd like to do a land acknowledgement. We, the staff, volunteers, board members, and students at Belvedere Heights Long-Term Care respectfully acknowledge that we live and work on the traditional lands of the Anishinaabe people, specifically the Ojibwa, Potawatomi, and Odawa, as outlined in the Robinson-Huron Treaty number 61 of 1850 and the Williams Treaties of 1923. This territory encompasses the lands of Wasauksing, Shawniga, Magnetawan, Dokis, and Henvey Inlet First Nations. We honor the ongoing and deep connection that Indigenous peoples have to this land and recognize the relevance and importance of providing culturally competent and sensitive care in our long-term care practices. As we deliver care, we are committed to creating an environment of respect, understanding, and reconciliation, and we strive to honor and incorporate cultural practices to the best of our ability. Miigwech, thank you. Good morning again. This is a very exciting day for Belvedere Heights and our community as we break ground on the addition of 22 units to our home. I'm Pam Wing, Chair of the Board of Management. When Belvedere Heights received a letter from the Ministry of Long-Term Care in April of 2024, we knew this was an opportunity for us and our community. We immediately set to work, and here we are today. I want to thank the Board of Management, who together with the Ministry of Long-Term Care and Infrastructure Ontario have worked very hard to bring this build to fruition. Thanks also to the Belvedere Heights team and residents of the home for their work on design and advice on what would work best. We have with us today the President of the Residents' Council, Richard Fivey, and the President of the Family Council, David Musico. Thank you for your support. As you know, Belvedere Heights is a district municipal home owned by the 8 surrounding municipalities. We have here today many of the mayors, councillors, and CAOs from these municipalities. Thank you also for your strong support. It is now my pleasure to introduce you to John Jordan, Parliamentary Assistant to the Minister of Long-Term Care, to say a few words. Welcome, John.
Thank you very much, and what a beautiful day to be here on Georgian Bay. You've got a great location that I'm sure you're all very, very proud of, and thank you to Belvedere Heights for the invitation. And I'm here on behalf of Minister Natalia Kusendova-Bashta, who's on mat leave, but I'm very happy to be here. One of the great things about this job is you get to travel around Ontario, and you get to see places that you may otherwise not have the opportunity to see, and you certainly get to meet great people that you otherwise would not have the opportunity to meet. So thanks very much for having me. And I want to thank Minister Smith. One of the things, my riding is rural as well, Lanark, Frontenac, Kingston, and it's the rural part of Kingston. So I always appreciate the rural perspective and the perspective that Minister Smith brings to the cabinet and to the caucus is very important, and you're very lucky to have him. My background is healthcare before I got into politics in the CHC sector, and so I appreciate all the work that the staff, the ministry, or the municipalities do, particularly the frontline staff. Through COVID, I was working in healthcare during COVID, so a very difficult time. So I just want to do a shout out to all those staff for sticking with it and getting through that difficult time. You are, I consider you local heroes. And I'll say that continually as I go from health sector to health sector, because we all know that it took a toll on all of us. Together, you, our municipalities, and this government are working really hard to improve our long-term care system. And how we're doing that is increasing staffing, working towards, and we're almost there at 4 hours of care per resident. And I met with some PSWs the other day, and they are recognizing that and appreciating that. It has made a big difference in their life and their work-life balance. Increasing services and the quality of care through things like our priority funding that we're doing across the province. And by bringing in new services into our long-term care homes, that reduces the amount of times, and it's a very difficult day when a resident has to leave their home and go out to a healthcare organization for a test or some other service that isn't provided in the home, or that somebody's waiting to get in a home and the services they need aren't in that home. So that's what priority funding is all about. And then, of course, increasing access by building more beds and reconditioning beds. And our goal is very big, 58,000 beds. And we're very proud of the fact that we've already reached that 23,000 mark. So we're making great progress across the province. And those 23,000, they're either with the doors open. I've got 2 open in my own riding, or they're under construction, or they're getting shovels in the ground like we are today. So congratulations on that. One of the things our government heard loud and clear is that people want to stay in their own community. And, you know, the places you work, the places you raised your children, you want to stay there. So these homes aren't just going to our urban centers, they're going across the province. And we're very proud of that fact too. And that's why it's so important to have great representation like you do here in Parry Sound, Muskoka. Got a little paper problem here. So again, thanks in part to the help of our partners, we're building 58,000 new and redeveloped long-term care spaces across Ontario, the largest building program of its kind in Canadian history. And that includes here in Parry Sound. So today I'm pleased to announce that we are breaking ground on a brand new wing here at Belvedere Heights, set to welcome its first residents in early 2027. This new wing will provide Parry Sound community with 22 brand new modern long-term care beds to be added to the existing 101 beds. And I've had the opportunity to go into a lot of these new developments, and they are beautiful, and our goal is to make them a home environment. And so we do want to build these homes, and we're going to continue to build them across the province. For instance, and some examples of how we're making the new home, and I'm interested in following up on some of this. For instance, the new wing will include small, intimate seating areas throughout to foster social interaction. And certainly one thing we learned through COVID is the social interaction is so important to all of us. And having our family nearby is also very important to all of us, as well as incorporating plants and animal companions. Now that last one, animal companions, I haven't got the details on that, so I'm interested in finding out more about that one. So all features ensure that this new wing becomes a home with a true sense of community. The government's commitment has been demonstrated by a key tool that has helped us to do this, and that's the construction funding subsidy. And that construction subsidy really speaks to the government's commitment, because with the rising interest rates, with the rising cost of building, things, as the contractors, the developers call it, didn't pencil out. So that subsidy fund, and the Belvedere Heights here is taking advantage of that subsidy funds, allows things to pencil out and allows us to continue those builds in the current economic environment. So there's more work to be done. And again, I want to thank the municipalities and municipal leaders for stepping up. I want to thank all the long-term care workers. And I want you to know that this government will continue to support you through the many programs and services that we're putting in place. And thank you all for allowing me to be here today. And I appreciate it. And again, what a beautiful location. Thank you. So the last thing my responsibility I have here today is to pass the mic over to Minister Smith. And again, I really appreciate Minister Smith's perspective in Queen's Park, and enjoy working with him. And he sits very close to me now, so I know he has a good sense of humor too. So great.
You like that sense of humor now, but you'll grow sick of it over time, I'm sure. Listen, everyone, it's absolutely fantastic to be here today, and I've probably got the easiest job of everybody here because I know how hard Pam and her team work to make Belvedere Heights the fantastic place that it is, how hard PA Jordan and our minister, Kuzendova Bashta, work to make long-term care in Ontario as effective it is. I'm just here to say thank you. Thank you not only to the both of you and the respective people that support you, but also thank you to everybody here. When I look out, I again see municipal leaders and people connected to Belvedere Heights here, either residents or family representatives or staff and people from the community, and you are all the community builders that make this happen. And not just obviously for this lovely spot that we're in Parry Sound, but for all of West Parry Sound and beyond, and the residents that will be here. We all continue to look after one another together, and this is another expression of that. So I'm very, very grateful that we've got so many people in the community working so hard for our seniors. They've done so much for us. We have to make sure that we look after them. Really, that's what the Ministry of Long-Term Care is all about. And PA Jordan always speaks in an understated way, but with the gravitas when it comes to matters like this and those things that he's passionate about. And he is passionate about all the communities in Ontario, but as he said, especially the smaller communities, which deserve the attention and the support of our government for important projects like this and many others that we make investments in all throughout Ontario. But here in the riding today, it's a great day. I'm so excited that we can get started on this expansion. It's needed. It will be wonderful. And again, congratulations not only to everybody here, but also a thank you to Premier Ford and the government of Ontario, who continue to recognize that investments in smaller communities do need to happen, and they're a big part of making it happen as well. So thank you very much, everyone. It's great to be here today. So I guess that wraps it up.
I think we're going to do a little
We're
shovel
going
in the
to
ground.
put a shovel in the ground.
Yes.
That's it for this. There's lots of snacks here. Everybody help yourselves. And we are going to go down here.
Okay.